Here are all the new brawler classes, if you were curious. I'm glad this post was made, and I wish I saw it before. So if you want to see all the brawler classes, then you can pause this. Seems like just about every class has like a similar amount of brawlers now, which is way better than before, because before it was like 50 damage dealers and then a bit of everything else. You'd kind of just sprinkle the rest of them in. So we have damage dealer, marksman, which is new, artillery, which is a new, assassin, tank, controller, which is new, and support. Brawl Stars players after the non-removable walls, banning every single thrower in the game. I mean, yeah, you have to. If somebody else has a thrower and you don't, it's game over. This is a very cheesy meta, so you gotta ban all the cheese. Supercell balancing Gromby, like thawing him and just immediately refreezing him. That's what I was talking about. In one of my videos recently, I was just like, every time they change Grom, they make him either way too strong or way too weak, and they're doing it again. An official Supercell person responded to this saying, "How did you gain access to our security cameras?" So this happened 5 days ago. I haven't talked about this yet, but there was like the longest maintenance break ever. But the post said, "We found an issue with the game and are working on resolving it as soon as possible. We don't know yet when we'll have a fix for it, but we'll let you know once we know. Here are things you can do during the maintenance. Read a book, start a new hobby, tweet furiously." Oh, they're just telling us to touch grass. All right, they gave us the checklist. Anyone have any good book recommendations? This broadcast is being interrupted to let you know that you need to subscribe in the next 5 seconds. Thank you. Here is a really cool concept for Brawl Stars posted by Nexty on Twitter. It's right here, so go check them out. But this entire concept is actually really well done. It looks great. And from the looks of it, once you're at like the end game of Brawl Stars, when you're finally getting fame, meaning once you have every brawler in the game, then your credits would start going into a bank instead of going into fame. Like you could put them in the bank if you want to, which I think would be a great addition to the game. And on the display here, it says that you could buy more space in your bank with gems, which I don't really think that should be a thing. I don't think that you should have to pay to collect more or to save more in your credit bank, but this is a really cool and really well polished concept for the most part. So let me know in the comments, would you guys want to see a credit bank, or do you think it's something that we will never see? Because I remember a while ago, Frank said that we wouldn't really see anything like this, but I'm glad to at least see the concept for it. Does anybody else not like how noticeably longer the match takes to load in? That was one of the first things that I noticed when I got into a match in the dev build, is there was like a timer on the bottom right, and there is every single time now, where you just have to wait for the game to actually start. In one sense, I kind of like that, so then you can see everybody's cards, but at the same time, it feels like a waiting game. I know it's only like 3 seconds or like 5 seconds, so it's not like they need to change it, but I mean, it was noticeable. It definitely was. A commenter says, "I'd say it's fine, just needs to be decreased after the first round of Power League because you don't really care about it the second time you see it." I haven't done Power League, but that does make sense. This isn't even funny anymore. You can't convince me they're actually trying to balance the game. RT, yeah, no, dude, this guy's busted. But they did nerf him, so this post was made before he got nerfed. High health, long range, normal movement speed, 2 times damage buff per attack. Damage buff lasts 5 seconds, 8 with quick maths, infinite range teleport, instant 1500 damage to all marked targets. This was one of the most overtuned brawlers we had the pleasure of playing in the dev build, but they did nerf it a bit. I don't really remember what they did. I think they might have like decreased his health a bit. I know that they nerfed his damage by a lot. So you hit him first for like 1050, and then you mark them and re-hit them for like 2100 instead of 3000. So that is a big nerf, but I do agree that this brawler shouldn't have normal speed. I feel like in his normal form, he should be a bit slower because he's like 8-bit, but better, kind of. That's my opinion. My opinion is kind of bad sometimes. I don't want them to like over nerf him and then release him in a really bad state, because it could be another lose situation where he's never good. But I feel like in this case, they could buff him like once or twice and he would be game breaking. Frank looking kind of small next to B and Nita. He's so tiny. Look at him. Hey, is it just me, or does the new bunny penny turret look weird? It lacks of creativity, and I bought the skin because of the bunny aspect. Now it's just a pink cannon. It is just a pink cannon. Look at it. It's just reskinned to the color pink. What the? I kind of overlooked that the first time I saw the remodel. They could have just kept this one. This one looks fine. They did respond to this though. Frank says, "Yeah, this is off. We'll take a look at this, but unlikely we'll change or fix it prior to release." Okay, yeah, this was 6 days ago. So the remodel is going to come out, and then later on, they might remodel the remodeled mortar. Name the man who made this map. This was one of the weirdest maps I've ever played on, and only like 10 brawlers in the entire game even work on it, because like, look at this. Carl is in the middle, Rosa's on the outside, Rosa loses. That's it. If you ever take a brawler who can't go in on the map and then somebody else does, you can't fight back. It's very polarizing with how it works. I think that there should at least be like bounce pads. They also responded to this. It was Frank. It was me. Frank, please add a bounce pad at least. Willow, I control Poco, and then starts attacking their own teammates, but he has Takapo. Could you heal your own teammates as Poco? That would be cool. There's gonna be a million Wasim Mythbusters with that, I'm sure. So you'll find out eventually. Why does RT's body have a 29% shield? I understand giving it a shield because it's an easy target, but 29%? Couldn't it have just been 30%? In the dev build, it had the craziest shield I've ever seen. I don't know if it's keeping that or not, but if you have the star power and the default shield, it doesn't take any damage, and I kind of forgot if it was this much or if it was even more. I think on the dev build, it was like 70% and you just couldn't kill it, and I really hope that they do not release RT like that, because in that case, the thing could just hold a hot zone forever and just hit people who go into it because you can't kill it. It's so broken. I know it can't get progress, but it could just sit there forever and put pressure on. Velocirapids trio, Swamp trio, and Deep Sea trio. Nah, screw that. We got the aquatic trio. I think that this should have been it too. I mean, they have the 3 aquatic brawlers. Like, come on. It's gonna be a triple trio. It's gonna be 9 in one trio, basically, with how this is going. Like, he's a lifeguard. That's a water-based thing. She's a swamp creature. That's a water-based thing. He's a squid. That's ocean-based. I mean, I don't know. Maybe that means we'll get like a shark and then like, I don't know, another swamp monster and more people in dinosaur outfits, I guess. They'll probably switch it up a little bit. Old cheese is back. Okay, what are we looking at here? Oh, I see. Okay. Wait, this is double cheese. The Sam is cheesing with his super and the Sprout is cheesing with his super. The Sam can't die, but the Sprout can't let him out. This is so weird. I don't know if I've ever seen a double cheese before. This isn't just one old cheese coming back. It's multiple. Oh, he's gonna lose no matter what. The Mortis is just watching. Oh, that's so painful. He's still not dead. He doesn't die by the end of the video. What is that star power? Put it on a cooldown, please. Grom and Poco are nerfed as well with the upcoming balance. I didn't really talk about this either, but yeah, Grom got nerfed according to that other post we looked at earlier too. And apparently Poco's health got nerfed as well. So yeah, I mean, they kind of both deserved it. Especially in this meta with Grom, he definitely needed the damage nerf. If the meta wasn't what it is right now, he would be really bad, but since it is what it is, I'm glad. The patch note guy is an absolute Chad. You know that feeling when you're a last pick in Power League match and your brain is kind of drawing a blank, but suddenly you see a squid-like ink-spitting silencing creature appear in the angel choir in the background? What is happening? Just me? Regardless, Otis has been way too versatile in the latest patch, especially in higher level gameplay. He has really few poor maps and matchups, so tuning down his HP means those matchups should decrease while keeping his versatility somewhat intact. That was a mouthful. Supercell calculating every exact moment I'll be playing Gem Grab for a quest to make sure this map is set to Minecart Madness. Yeah, that is a map in this game. I still don't know how I feel about it. So I asked an AI to rank all of the brawlers and the results are interesting. Tick got number 1. Maybe in this meta, he is number 1. The lack of destroyable walls plus his super, that is a death wish. Shelly number 2. Okay, no, get out of here with that. Jackie and Edgar down at the bottom. That one's kind of accurate. That's the most accurate part of this whole thing. Are there any really bad ones up here like El Primo and almost S+ tier? Barley and S+? I mean, hey, he could be in this new meta. Bo in C tier? Nah, dude. Rip Mortis's mortuary environment. In this update, it's getting removed. Why? They removed a showdown environment instead of adding another one. Now there's only like 1 in the game now. Oh my god. If there's one thing I want them to add consistently to this game, it would be showdown environments. They come like once every 2 years, but now we're just going down. We're going the opposite direction. That is so sad. We have another Supercell response here. This poster says that this pin isn't even animated, and I'm pretty sure none of these are yet, and I have a feeling I know what the comment's gonna say. Oh, never mind. It says I love you. Oh, I'll read the comment before it. Can you blame them? They made like 66 facepalm pins, 66 profile pictures and titles for each brawler, plus all the skin pins and more skin remodels, new maps, stuff like. Okay, yeah. They made a lot of stuff. So one person in the comment is finally just defending them for not being able to animate right away, and then Danny says I love you. That's fair. That's fair. They added so many cosmetics in this update. There's a lot on the bucket list, but I'm sure after all this stuff, it'll ease down a little bit. But yeah, that's gonna do it for today's Reddit video. If you enjoyed, slap like, subscribe. Let's get to 400,000 subs. We're like 30K away as of me uploading this video. So yeah, thank you, and I'll see you later. Goodbye.